Phantom Sicarius.
Oh, was it like a race thing?
I think Gerard made one comment that was a little weird, and Bandor took it to the max. I don't think it was a race thing. I think it was like it was
I
just
don't know that
like
it was even called for, really.
yeah, I don't even think it was even called for. I think it was literally just like for any reason whatsoever, he was coming at Gerard. Okay,
You're talking about Bandor?
yeah.
He called Bill a monkey.
Well, that's because Bill at the time
Does
was
that-
in the form of a monkey. I
Does
mean,
that necessarily mean it was called
It
for?
was
I don't
literally
know.
a monkey.
It was 100% called for, and you'll never change my mind on that. You don't call my friends monkeys.
Nate took
unless
it to
you
a
know
place
them.
of racism, but Bill was just actually a monkey at the time. Okay.
Doesn't matter.
Crazy.
He says doesn't matter. Okay.
Doesn't matter. You don't call my friends monkeys, bro.
The session ended with everybody eating a delicious buffet of fish tacos, and almost the entire party one at a time going to talk to Veritasia about what her intentions were with Langham.
Oh, man, y'all about anything good?
Find out she's into gnomes, but I think you already knew that.
Oh, that is so good for me.
And
I'm
that
just trying to stroke that thing for real, for real.
Oh, okay. All right.
We didn't know that. I'm just guessing.
When we're on the sea, could I have just kind of like, I want to say potentially endearingly, but more than likely kind of annoyingly just been like singing sea shanties?
Hell
After
yeah, I
I've had
love
one
that.
too many drinks.
Potentially endearingly.
But possibly annoyingly is such a great way to describe anything a character has ever done. Like, yeah, I love that. Is it like
Yay.
is Langham one of those people who, though he's never been on a boat, or maybe been on a boat once, he learned all the sea shanties he could, or does he only know one and he's been singing it on a loop?
Langham has nonstop been singing "What Shall We Do with the Drunken Sailor" the whole time he's been on the ship.
Yeah, it's been an ongoing thing that Bill keeps joining in, and then he gets tired of it, and then a couple days later he joins back in. Like,
yay!
Truly, Langham is singing "What We Do to the Drunken Sailor" in the same sort of fashion that you ever hear the song "500 Miles," where like you're like, I'm tired of this song, and then you hear it again, you're like, actually, hold on. It might be good.
That's right.
It might be good.
What shall we do with a drunken sailor?
And he just keeps going. Oh, another thing we learned last session: Bandor canonically has never been on a boat, or in the middle of the ocean, and therefore, the moment he was no longer able to see land, it really freaked Bandor out.
Oh.
Yeah,
spent most of his life
also, if we
underground.
don't have a secret handshake, we're not friends. Bill taught me
learn
that.
Bill taught him that.
Whoa.
But I think that's everything of decent consequence. I will say, just as a reminder to Ethan, that you did a pretty good job of trying to like get in with Gerard last session, so that you could maybe glean some information out of him later. I don't know if that's still your intention to do that, but just in case you were wondering where you still stood on that, despite the fact that he's terrified of Bandor, you guys are still cool. That being said, Oski, could you roll a d20 for me at the start of this session?
You know I would love nothing more than to do that. Oh God, sorry guys. I'm working on it. Again.
Oh no, you're good. You're good.
We're booting. Oh my God, what's my date of birth? Where do I live?
I had to do this too for D&D Beyond.
Really? Yeah, what happened?
I don't know.
D&D Beyond being weird?
I don't want you in.
Guys, this is so tragic. I'm almost at the end of the scale of ages for D&D Beyond.
What?
I just had to move my little bar all the way almost to the end. It maxes out at 35.
Crazy.
Then it just says 35 plus because it assumes you're gonna die.
Assumes that after 35, you're next to death. Honestly,
That's what it said. All right, I'm so back. I said that and then it didn't load. Oh yeah, come on, baby. Oh yeah. Okay. One of those D20s.
yes, one of those D20s.
Nice. That's the one with 20 signs, right?
That's correct.
I'm just kidding. I know dice.
That's correct. You've nailed it. That's
I'm
correct.
totally not stalling because my page isn't loading. Sorry, I'm in a silly mood today.
Dude, no, I get it. I get it. It's especially tough when when like you're like trying your best and the internet's just saying no to you.
I know. Was it when you try your best but you
But you
don't
don't
succeed?
succeed.
That's me for real. Okay.
Langham got on a kick of singing that one night, and it got so depressing that Bill jumped overboard. And you guys
That
haven't
was a
seen him in a
bad
couple
night.
days. You guys
I'm
haven't
just
seen him
saying.
in a couple.
Oh my god, I'm just gonna roll a d20 on Google. This is embarrassingly taking a long time. Okay, I rolled a 16.
16. So that brings our total to 54?
What was it before?
54. It was 38 before?
Yeah, it's 54.
54. 54, guys. At 54, that means you are one day away
Oh,
from hitting
man.
landfall.
One day away.
So that means you guys have exactly 24 hours of sailing left before you guys make landfall on the continent of Azure. I have a couple of logistical questions for those, mostly Ephesus, since you are steering the ship.
Yes, sir.
Um, Where on the coast of Azure do you think you would want to land? There's obviously a large portion of the coast that is that like directly borders the judged lands, and so may not be the safest place to land.
I don't think
You
I'd
then
do
have
that.
like, yeah, I don't think you do that. Where the kingdom of Fairmore used to be, which was a human kingdom at one point, and was like a if you remember from the last campaign, Fairmore was famed more for its navy than anything else, and was a mostly coastal kingdom, and
Fairmore Navy,
actually
I
had a
remember.
couple. Yes, and actually had a couple. Or their capital city was built like on a peninsula. That peninsula now is the city has been taken over by Triton, like fish people, and they live there now. And it's no longer called Fair Games, which was the city before. It's now called Inkabad.
Oh yeah.
That is a place you could land. You could decide to land there. That is on pretty close to the most southern point of Ashboro. You could or you could sail up the coast to a more northern point and land near the White Claw Mountains, which are where Iron's End is.
That's where they have very seltzery alcohol.
Fellas, what y'all feeling? Y'all want to just go straight to, like, trying to go where we're supposed to go, or y'all want to go to Iron's End? I mean, we don't have any supplies right now. I'll say that.
You don't have any supplies, and you don't really know what your entry point into the Judge Lands. You know you're trying to get into the Judge Lands because you
Is there a big map that shows all of this?
Yeah, hold on. I'm trying to find it. I'm like, it's disappeared somehow.
I'm a visual person.
I get it 100%. Hold on. I know how to track this down. I don't know why I'm trying to search through old Discords to find this. I have the map.
He's got it. He's the creator.
I'll just log in to Incarnate and re-download it.
Is that where you make your map set, Incarnate?
If I'm making world maps, yes, Incarnate is the best tool I've found for making like full large scale world maps. I mean, not war maps.
Rapia.
Can I load it? Damn. Listen to me, homie. Come here. Okay. Yes, this is the one I'm looking for. Um,
Freedom ring. Freedom.
Okay.
ring.
and then I'll come here.
What shall we do with the drunken
Drunken
sailor? What shall
what
we
do
do
we do
with
with
the
a drunken
drunken
sailor?
sailor? What
Reese,
shall
in
we
that
do
one
with the
day, can
sailor?
Rudy try to make all of his ants become one big ant?
Yeah, oh, yes. Roll. I think an animal handling check. But anyways, I've dropped the map for Azurboro as it stands, although it's not very clear. Damn, what happens with this?
Reese, can
Azurboro.
you argue that I get advantage since they're my ants? They've
Yeah,
been with me the
I'll
whole time.
allow that.
But
If
animal
you're
handling
needing
is bad.
specification on the judge lands,
Uh-huh.
pretty much. I'm trying to.
3 sets and 11.
You get two medium-sized ants. They don't form one big ant, but two like cat-sized ants.
Okay, this is good. This is good.
That's a
Hmm.
very scary ant.
I have 2 cat-sized ant familiars.
But what Langham notices about this is that apparently there's been enough ants in Re this whole time to make one ginormous
This
ant.
ant.
This could've
This
been
will
way
be
better
worked
than
on in the
that.
future. This will be worked on in the future.
Dude, I wish I had thought to draw on this map. So that way I could show you where it's at. But anyways, so if you're looking at the Windvale Rockies,
Okay.
okay, if you moved up where the Varan ruins were and that whole sort of like dark and gray area there,
Uh-huh.
and then you came down at like a 45-degree angle all the way through that green in the middle, where the old Eiselhoff ruins were, and where rivers fully separate that section of land from the rest of it. That whole 45-degree angle sliver right there would be the entirety of the Judge Land. It's a massive section of the continent.
Okay.
Wait, so from the Eiselhoff, where do we go?
Man, I really wish I
Down
had
to
thought.
the right.
Hold on, I've got something for this. I've got
Wait,
something
Reese,
for
you can
this.
can't you just access the image and like stream your screen?
Yeah.
Oh wait, no, might be onto something.
Go into
No,
paint
no,
and
hold
let
on,
the
it's
file
freaking
open and
in.
you can paint on it.
What can I say, gamers? I'm a thinker.
Guys, I would
He's
show
a
you guys
Contributed
my
enough
face
for a
too,
reason.
but I let my buddy borrow my webcam because he had a Zoom interview. He didn't
Hey,
have-
that's so real, actually. That's so real of you and so awesome.
Oh, well, thanks. But that's why you guys can't see me today. Reese, I think I'm growing out my hair. I don't know. I saw a picture of myself with long hair today, and I was like, I kind of miss that.
Dude, that's hilarious because tomorrow I'm cutting my hair because
Whoa, there can only be one.
there can only be one.
Oh, we're so there. I see your stream.
This is mine.
That is actually Coleman's, but
It was
Coleman is
so
Oh, I
cool.
did not know I was muted.
Oh,
You're okay.
is that whole area right?
He said here, like a.
Hold on. I'm streaming my screen so that way
I
everybody can
think
see
it's
it.
that whole patch of land, right? Is that what you're saying? Whoa.
No. I mean, he's close to that. Drag that calm all the way to the coast.
To here?
Yeah. There you go up. Go up to the top of the grade. Come back down. Yeah, like that. That whole section of the
Okay.
is the judge lands.
Oh.
Yeah,
so
you
maybe
see it
we-
kind of splits the continent down the middle. That's why there's been limited communication between between the dwarves and Iron's End and the elves in Thelthavar, because there's literally a no man's land in between them.
I feel like we need to.
Where you see the
Stop it.
Rothberg ruins were, that is where the city of Inkabad is now.
If we're all like looking at this map, like on the ship or something, I'm gonna look at Ephesus. Like, I think we need to stop and stop in Iron's End and maybe restock before we go on there, because I know, Dwarven City, we're about to go to the Judge Lands. We're gonna need the best things we can get. If you want any more armor or anything of any kind, there would be the place to get it.
Yeah, and as you can kind of see on the map, if you're able to sail that river, it's actually called uh, the Giant War Strait, that goes behind Iron's End. It actually, you can take that river around the entirety of the mountain range and come in through the middle of the continent using your ship. It is called the Giant War Strait because when the giants came from the uncharted north down into Azurburg to try to invade, the majority of the war was fought on the beaches of this strait.
Wait, so like the Giants had a war there, like on that string?
Yeah.
Okay, I got you.
They tried to invade, and the place where they were held off at was that stream.
Okay.
Was the strait, yeah. They also kind of fell apart because an elven druid, a rabbit man, and a robot kind of killed their king one time. So then their whole kingdom sort of collapsed beneath. So then there.
Hey, I did that junk too. First time ever playing Paladin.
Man, Coleman's really nailing these notes. I have to assume this is how the map looks in Ephesus's cabin right now. Like he's drawing lines. So what are we thinking as a party? Where do you guys think advantageous place to arrive is? I would like to say I don't want to limit your movement to what you see on the map. It is possible to circumvent around the continent and try to arrive on the back side of it, allowing you to sort of show up on that would be the west side of the continent, which would get you a lot closer to Philithavar if you were trying elves.
So the elves is here.
Yes, the elves are there. The original elven homeland that you guys remember, Feyard del Fayorn, which is where the giant tree is on the map right there. That city was abandoned after like mass destruction during the fight with the war with the Dark Elves, and the elves fled to Felithavar, which literally means Forest of the First Elves, and haven't really left there and to return to their once glorious city. They've all kind of just remained in Felithavar.
I think we either need to go, straight to the objective, or if we need to like stock up some last minute supplies in what's it called? The end place. Giant's End, or what is it called? We just go back to
Iron's End?
Coleman. Iron's End, yes. Iron's End. I can't even think
Home
of
of
the
the
first word.
dwarves.
Yeah, I think we should do some last minute stock and make sure we're actually ready for this little final.
The city
Trick.
of all iron ends and all iron ends.
True.
And if you're trying to know specifics on where guys are trying to get, where it says Varan ruins. Varan was a city built on top of the ruins of Nomeka.
Omega. Heck yeah.
Dude.
Big T, whenever you get done with this, could you save it and send it in the chat?
Okay.
That would actually
Yeah, that's
be
interesting.
great.
Does anyone have any preferences on where to land as a party?
Well, I don't
Rudy
have
says-
any elf contacts, but I have Irons in contacts, so I'm fine with that.
I think Iron.
You don't have any elf
good.
contacts. Where are you getting that from?
Huh? Oh,
Where are you getting that you don't have any elf contacts from?
let me roll a history check. Hold on. I don't know who I know, man. It's been a long time. All right. I'm already gonna tell you I rolled low. That's a 5.
That's a 5. Okay. On a 5, you know of people who know moon arms amongst the elves. Specifically, you know, I will say on a 5, the only name you can currently recall is Lady Gwyndole. You have no idea what her relation to moon arms was, but you know that she knew him at least.
Had the elves.
I also think on a 5, I think even on a 5, you would be aware of this. Ragnar Deepstone is with the elves. He does not live in Iron's End.
Never mind. That's where my contacts are, fellas. My contact, to be exact.
I will say, you have contacts. Alduin would maybe not know any of the people personally, but would at least have corresponded with members of the Church of Mesmethis that are living in Felithavar.
That's
The
what I'm
very
looking at.
first temple to Mesmethis is in Felithavar. The original temple is there.
The OG.
The OG. Back when they didn't build temples for individual seasons, it was one temple called the Temple of the Seasons.
Yeah, those big one Templars. They're a little crazy back then.
They were a little bit crazy back then. And then Langham has the most contacts in Iron's End because Langham grew up in Iron's End.
Whoa.
That's where the majority of gnomes ended up fleeing to after the raising of Nomad. A lot of gnomes fled to Iron's End because the dwarves and the gnomes have a very close relationship. Their gods are literally considered siblings.
Oh, that's beautiful.
So the dwarves quickly took the gnomes in.
Wow, so we definitely have, I mean, I'd have some people there, I assume.
Yeah. In fact, Langa would know that, like, there's fully functioning, like, trains that run through mines in Iron's End, and that only happened because the gnomes moved in with them gnomish engineering and built trains and stuff inside an underground city.
Heck yeah.
So a lot of the infrastructure that makes Iron's End what it is only exists because gnomes, unfortunately, had to flee as refugees into the city.
Whoa. Good info. Good info.
Good info. But it's been a long time since then.
Ooh, for the longest time.
Oh, for the longest time. I would also like to point out, just so that way you guys take this into account in whatever decision you make as a party, that you do have 4 Felis and 3 somewhat dangerous individuals on the ship with you. So wherever you go, you're not taking just yourselves, you know?
That is a very good point.
But they also don't have what's it called? Stuff.
Supplies?
Yeah.
That's a good point.
Surprise.
All of the supplies that you're aware of is currently on your ship.
And I brought it.
Hmm.
And
I
he
wonder
brought
then, because like I feel like it would be bad to go into the what's it called, the Forsaken, or no,
the Judge Lands.
the I feel like it'd be bad to go into the Judge Lands with like no healing potions, stuff that's if we get down. I mean, I know we have dedicated healers,
Oh,
but
what
like
have I done?
it needs a boost.
What have I done?
Oh no.
Oh no. That was really scary.
I kind of think if we could, because I'm not worried about either of the what's it called, the spider people. The
The Phantom Sicarius?
Phantom. I'm not worried about either the Phantom Sicarius because they can just vanish. Like we could barely find it in the first place. Fearless is what I'm worried about. I feel like if we could convince him to keep the Fearless on the boat, then maybe we'd be okay.
Okay. All right.
That's just my thought process.
I mean, I think totally doable. You could definitely. I think you've probably picked up the vibe as like a party so far. Now being on the sea with these guys for 54 days, that they don't love the Fearless. Like they don't want to move them if they don't got to. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
They're not a very precise weapon, the Phyllis. They're a blunt instrument that they're like, sometimes having a blunt instrument is useful, but for like extremely methodical super assassins, being a blunt instrument isn't always very useful, Being more subtle gets them a long way.
True.
So I think you've
Kinda
probably
beautiful,
picked
isn't it?
up. Kind of beautiful, yeah. Yeah, I think you've probably picked up that both Paradisia and Paros don't love the idea of having to use the for anything in this period. And that Gerard is there entirely to keep the Fearless from ever doing anything without express permission.
So maybe we could just go into the city and not really have to worry about it as much because Gerard will keep the Phyllis on the boat. Both the Phantom Sicarius can vanish. Sicaria, I don't know what the plural of that.
I did look it up. It is Sicarius. The plural of Sicarius is Sicarius. So
Word. I don't think we have to worry about them as much because I mean it's not like they're gonna go and get caught doing stuff. I mean they could pretty much hide from anyone around here.
We want to bring them into
So-
this conversation.
you
Yeah.
definitely can. Are you guys having a round table?
Yeah, we're all in the water swimming together and talking.
Bree can't. Bree's just sunk to the bottom.
So what exactly are you trying to ask them right now?
Langham wants to ask him, what do we do with the drunken sailor?
You see, roll a performance check.
Oh. Performance. Okay, let's see. Wow, that is a whopping 16 total.
That's actually not bad.
That was a good wow. Me.
You guys are canonically swimming. Langham is singing What Would You Do with a Drunken Sailor? Are you singing it and then you like quiet down for the discussion and then you do that thing where you're like, yeah, but also, what would you do with a
That's-
drunken sailor.
I
Because
think that's exactly what I do.
I think it's exactly. You do that. You see, Peros goes early in the morning, and the Paradisia rolls her eyes like, "Oh my god, this guy is an idiot." Not towards you, but towards her brother.
Yes.
And he goes, well, if we are concerned about where to land, I will say I do have experience in Iron's End. I have some contacts there that could be somewhat useful.
Their contacts, though.
Hmm?
I said, do we trust their contacts, though?
Mm. You see that Paradisia goes, I also have contacts in Iron's End, but I have never set foot in Felithevar. And not to get into specifics, but in a sort of way, Peros and I are both forbidden from entering that particular forest.
Gotcha.
They're like Jake Paul in that forest in Japan.
True.
True.
Make sure they
Yes, just like the former disrespectful vagabond Jake Paul. I am not allowed to enter a forest except instead of a local governing body forbidding me. Think of it more as like a divine treaty has forbidden me.
What y'all think, fellas?
Gamers. I'm kind of thinking Iron's End.
Ooh. What are we? What is it that we'd be going for in Iron's End? Are we gonna just take these fearless
Just
to my
get some
people?
like I feel like we need to get some like healing potions and stuff. Just like to prepare for what we're going into because this stuff probably hasn't been like explored in forever. There's no telling what's there, how dangerous it is, so I'd rather be prepared than not prepared at all.
But do you think like Lady Gwendolen has like some kind of protection she can cast on us or something like that? I mean, and I look because isn't Alduin a half elf
I am.
Yes.
and you're like half human?
I
no.
think so. Yeah, I'm half human. I'm half human.
I'm like, do y'all think that him stepping in there is gonna like trigger an alarm or something?
I mean, it probably
Um,
won't be great, maybe, but
You see that this is where Paradisia does clear her throat and say, perhaps I could lay out some specifics on the nature of the Judge Lands. Any entry of any kind, human or not, if not expertly hidden, will quickly be discovered by the wardens, who will then
Kill us.
well, I was going to say would surround us with large numbers, but there is a chance of us escaping, of course. But yes, put us in a very dangerous position. That is sort of the biggest problem of ever going into the Judge Lands, is that it is very hard to do it quietly.
So do you think anybody could like cast a spell on us, or maybe the
It is, in fact, that is why your associate Leah Lacrosse was considered a valuable asset to me and my people, was that she somehow figured out a way to get in and out of the Judge Lands quietly.
oh,
She was smuggling humans out
Oh,
of the
well,
Judge
then we
Lands?
know how. We can just make the dang symbol.
That's true. I'm wanting to think I made a copy of it. I drew a copy of that symbol using a performance check. I believe.
You did do that.
Yes, that did happen. I'm going to ask, because you, Alduin specifically, copy, roll me an Arcana check with advantage.
With disadvantage or advantage?
With advantage. With advantage.
That is only a 14.
On a 14, that is high enough to tell you that that sigil kind of just keeps the wardens from being able to scry on whoever it's written on.
Hmm.
There may be other more physical boundaries that, if set off, would just have wardens swarming that area. You don't know how that works.
Okay.
But what
I
I
convey
would
that
do
to the
is,
group.
once you're inside the Judge Lands, if you have that symbol on you, let's say by accident you do like trigger an alarm and have to kill a bunch of the wardens, they can't keep tracking you afterwards because you'd be hard to scry on. It would be impossible for them to figure out where you were. But you don't know if there's any sort of like actual physical barrier of some kind that if somebody passes through sets off an alarm.
Okay. I would definitely convey that to the group.
Okay.
But this will only help to an extent.
And I think actually, Ephesus, this kind of actually clicks with some stuff that you heard Gormesh talk about when you were spying on them talking to Gormesh back in the palace. That he made it very clear that you can't just teleport into the place because it sets off some sort of alarm, and they'd be swarmed by wardens in a matter of seconds upon arrival.
Yeah. I don't know if I should say that I know that because I was listening on these two folks' conversation.
Yeah, that's fine if you don't want to convey it, but you the player know that you have that information.
Yeah. I will share that with my homies if needed. Yeah.
Okay.
What y'all think, fellas? Y'all wanna? I know I keep saying that, but it seems like Iron's Inn is a good spot. I mean, they've definitely got the. I don't know if you can see right here, like the one that goes like kind of more towards Nomeka. That little river right there.
Look, if y'all are ready to go, I mean, I don't think we need supplies. I think they would be nice, but I don't think we need them. I mean, we can go straight to the objective if y'all want to.
I think we need some supplies. What y'all think?
Yeah, I think some supplies would be good.
I'd say, yeah, let's just trek across the
Let's-
Judge
let's-
Lands.
Let's go to Iron's Inn.
I would say supplies, super helpful. Also, maybe in Iron's End you could get more information that would. You know?
True.
Right now, you guys are working on a very limited knowledge of a area
Yeah.
of which the majority of the world has very limited knowledge. So it's not like you could open a book and be like, "Oh yeah, there's a secret tunnel into the Judge Lands." It's like, yeah, nobody's been able to explore this in 350 years. We might need to get some help.
But if anybody did have a secret tunnel, it would be the dwarves.
It would be the dwarves. That's a good point.
And the gnomes. Alright, so y'all want to cast a vote here?
I say Iron's Inn.
Okay, all for Iron's Inn say aye.
Uh-huh.
Aye.
Might as well.
Okay.
No.
Okay, let's go. I get to do something I haven't done in a long time. I get to lore drop about a city. Okay.
Yay.
Iron's End.
Iron's End.
Iron's End is the longest standing single kingdom in the entirety of the world. Elves have had different kingdoms that have risen and fallen, and different cities that have replaced old. Humans obviously have done this hundreds of times. Other races have no cities at all, as they are nomadic in nature. Iron's End is a paragon. It has existed since the age of the divine, when gods physically lived on the world with their mortal creations. It is actually said that Brass, the god of dwarves, personally helped carve the halls that made the city. As it stands right now, hold on, I have to open my notes. This is so exciting. As it stands right now, there are 5 boroughs, very similar to that of like New York City, that make up the entirety of the whole kingdom city of Iron. There is an unofficial 6th borough called the Refuge, which is where a lot of the gnomes were allocated after they had nowhere else to go. They sort of had to find space for them in this massive underground mountain interior. And so the unofficial 6th borough was created, the Refuge, where a lot of gnomes live. Not to say that all gnomes live in the Refuge. There are other boroughs, but a large majority of Iron's End live in the Refuge. Iron's End,
Yes.
politically, used to have a traditional monarchy, had a king. They kind of lost the entire royal family to war. And to avoid a civil war breaking out, where people were fighting over the throne, they ended up electing the Council of Kings, where they just picked a guy from every borough, and that guy became a representative king of that borough who would help on a council control the ongoings of the city. Everybody in the city is aware that council means nothing. They are useless. They are corrupt bureaucrats, and the city is really controlled by crime family.
Heck yeah.
Family.
There's a crime family in
families.
each borough that Langham specifically wouldn't know about because everybody knows about them. There's House Scaldhammer, which controls the Quarry Town borough. There's House Jorensen, which controls the Balustry. There's House Brightbraid, which controls the Forgeway. There's House Mithrelli, which controls the Mithril Gardens. And then there's House Ironval, which controls Cutter's Way. Those are the 5 boroughs of Iron's End, each of them controlled by a powerful crime family. And then to get anything really done in this city, you're going to have to do it through one of those families.
Huh.
Langham knows this. You guys now know this. Welcome to Iron's End.
Heck yeah.
You guys will have to sail up the Giant War Strait for a little while until you guys reach a port that is a Iron's End extension. You guys will have to stop at the port, travel inland a little ways to actually reach the gates of the city, where you will be let in to the carved out interior of a mountain. The mountain once had a name. Nobody remembers it. It is only now Iron's End.
Ephesus Mountain.
You guys arrive.
I think
that
You
doesn't
guys
sound
arrive.
right.
What would we like to do first as we arrive in a bustling, industrial, fantastical, subterranean city with tiered levels of buildings, domes, trains running on tracks that are suspended hundreds of feet in the air over the city, carrying giant vats and cargo holds full of massive ores and diamonds and anything you could mine out of the being pulled upon massive trains, being powered by steam engines that are full of captured steam methods, which is a technology that only the gnomes know how to use.
I immediately start coughing because of the pollution.
Because of the pollution, obviously, yes. You do see, as you guys approach the mountain from the outside, that it looks like a volcano. It is not a volcano, but as you get inside, there are several chutes drilled into the roof of the mountain. Smoke can escape, and it's just constantly smoking, and so it looks like a volcano from a distance. Langham, you're back in your old stomping grounds, my guy.
I was thinking, man. I'm like, well, this is my home. Do I recognize it all? Have things changed since I've been gone?
Things, unlike the rest of the world, it almost seems that it might be impossible for Iron's End to change. It has been here forever, and it may be here after the planet itself is. It may be the only remaining chunk that is left. You see train cars running overhead, dwarves, gnomes, the occasional elf, and or a tabaxi, but very rarely the majority gnomes and dwarves running about in different boroughs. As you enter the city, the first borough you come into at the main gate is Cutter's Way, which is where the majority people who live in this area are gem cutters. That's why it's called Cutter's Way. They are cutting diamonds and shaping them to then be sold to a plethora of people. Elves are constantly buying diamonds. Rituals never work.
Where am I from?
That is a great question. I will give you an option.
Okay.
Because I think this is fun.
Yeah.
The refuge is where the majority of gnomes live, but unfortunately, due to the state of having to stuff a bunch of gnomes into one area, it is a poverty-stricken section of the city. And it is poorly represented because the refuge has no member representing it on the Council of Kings. There's a lot of gnomes that live in the refuge and go, gnomes stick together. Then there are gnomes that go, it is better for my family if we move out of here and try to get a place in a better part of the city. And other gnomes sometimes look poorly on gnomes that do that. Do you think your family, the Deep Ferns, would have stayed in the refuge and did the best that they could in a poverty-stricken area, or do you think they would have moved to a nicer side of town?
I think that they would have stayed there to do what they could for their area, and then they tried to put it on me to do something to be able to help them and help our people out, and then I panicked and became a teacher and ran away.
You panicked and became a teacher
magic.
and ran away. Hell yeah. Okay, so the refuge is literally one borough over from Cutter's Way. It was just a mine at one point, but as gnomes moved in, gnomes quickly took to building houses up into the wall. And as you guys enter the refuge, you was like a gigantic, somewhat circular mine shaft that now has houses going all the way up the walls that go all the way to the circular center above you. Houses that seem to be carved directly into the stone and that geometrically speaking are upside down. The roof of the house is embedded in the stone and the floor is a carved floor that is beneath it is a 90-foot drop to the ground.
I would honestly think that if that's kind of what if that's what Langham's story is, I'm gonna be like, He's gonna try everything to kind of keep everyone away from the refuge.
Okay, you don't want people to know
Kind
that
of circumvent it as much as possible because Langham feels like people would definitely remember, and he hasn't talked to his parents in forever, and so he's just kind of like, I don't necessarily know if I want to be seen.
How do you guys feel about the refuge?
It's lame. There's a
Really?
bunch of other cool places to see. Yeah, I wouldn't worry about it.
Oh, well,
Langdon, roll me a perception check.
Okay.
Yeah.
You roll a perception check, and then right after that, Alduin, you roll me a perception check.
Oh, that's the wrong thing. Hold on. That's a 19 plus. That's 24.
24,
I got
okay.
a 15 total.
You got a 15 total. On a 15
Yeah.
total, you are saying this, but then you kind of get distracted as you see the foreclosure sign on the Rockwell and Educational Complex, which is where you went to school to be a wizard, which was the community college that is now being destroyed in Cutter's Way.
Oh my
You
gosh.
see that. You see that. Alduin, what you see immediately after is a elderly gnome, and by elderly that means he could be anywhere between 85 years old and 100 and 490. It's really hard to tell with gnome. He's got mostly gray hair. It's salt and pepper. I would say 80% salt at this point. Who looks exactly like Langham if Langham was 100 years older. You see this guy wearing what looks to be like a pretty standard miner's look uniform from what you can tell by people around him, which is a gray long sleeve t-shirt with a leather vest over it that has rows of pockets for tools to be held. You see that he's got like little hammers and chisels and stuff like that. A pair of hardy leather trousers that would be very hard to destroy, and some overly worn leather boots, and he seems to be heading into a pub here in Cutter's Way.
I'm gonna look at him, look at Langham, and I'm gonna send Langham a message using the message cantrip. I'm gonna be like, "Yo, so an older guy who looks like you. Do you like? Is this something you want to like? Would you know anybody here, basically?"
This is kind of where I'm from.
Okay.
I mean, you guys aren't in the refuge right now. You're just in Cutter's Way, which is sort of it's a nicer neighborhood than the refuge. But you do see a gnome that looks a lot like you now that somebody's pointed it out. And I think now that somebody's pointed it out to you, Langham, you see your father late in Deepford going into a pub after what would be a 12-hour shift in a mine somewhere.
Oh shit,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
my paw.
12-hour shift.
I'm gonna send another message to him like, is there anybody here you care to let you know or care to let know you're back?
I guess I should probably let my dad know I'm here. Let's do this. I'm ready.
Look, man, I can't say I know the complexities of having a father, whether it's complex or not. I really don't know. But
Man,
if
it's
there's
okay.
something you're having to think about like that, maybe it seems like you know where to find him. You can just give it a little bit to think about if you need to.
I think I owe it to him and owe it to them to at least say hey and drop in. I'm gonna go talk to him. And then Langham's like walking, singing "What Shall We Do with the Drunken Sailor" under his breath.
Hell
leading him
yeah.
towards the door.
Hell yeah.
Do you want us to follow or not?
Yeah, you guys can come on. You guys are my squad.
Okay, I'm gonna imagine
My
that
homies.
was all in message,
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
and we were communicating solely from that. And I'll be like, "You guys, I'm pretty sure the refuge actually is cool. Come on, let's hit the pub."
All right.
You guys are headed to a pub here in on the main street of Cutter's Way. It is a pub that Langham you would recognize because your dad has spent every afternoon here since you were knee high to a grasshopper.
He
This
doesn't have
is
a problem. My mom just said he needs this.
yeah, you actually know that this is less of a your dad is a heavy drinker and your mom's worried that your dad has no and so she makes him come to the pub every day.
Fair.
This is a pub called the Diamond in the
Oh, that's a good name for it.
here in Cutter's Way. You arrive, very classic dwarven pub scene. Square stone building, square stone tables, whole wall of barrels of mead and ale. It is the you see that the way pubs work in Irons Inn is that there is not a bar. You come in, you give your name to a guy at the door, he creates a tab for you, he hands you a tankard, and you just go fill up whatever the fuck you want. And when you're done, they have somehow kept track of all the drinks you've had and make you pay on the.
Is this very specific for here and not a common practice?
It is not a common practice anywhere else in the world, but here in Irons Inn, yeah, this is pretty common.
I kind of explained it to the guys so they're not surprised.
Okay, yeah. So you guys all come in one at a time. You give your name, and are handed a tankard, and he goes, "It's a copper a cup. So just we'll be keeping track, but just so you know, be careful how much you rack up in there."
I get a drinking.
Copper.
You get to drinking. You guys see it's a you guys have arrived at about, I would say, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, which for hold on, I'm trying to remember how I had this laid out. Yeah, so at 3 o'clock, a shift of workers comes out of the mine that is called the Worm Shift. It was started as a joke, saying the early bird gets the worm because they have to start work at 3 o'clock in the morning and they work for 12 straight hours. There used to be a dwarf getting the worm about these guys, and then it just slowly turned into the worm shift over time. Langham, your dad has worked the worm shift for 70 years. With nary a complaint. The guy just is happy as could be as he gets up at 2:45 a.m. every day, makes his way to work. As you guys come in, the pub is bustling with guys that have just the worm shift that has just come out of the mines and have placed with guys. You guys see the worm shift. Actually, I'm not going to say you see anything. I'm going to ask that everybody roll perception.
Perception. Computer perception.
Ooh, that's only a 9. I'm focused on the drink.
You're focused on the drinks, dude. There's so many different kinds of ale and mead on this wall. There's like 50 different barrels, each with a tap in it that you're just able to fill up as you want, dude.
I rolled a 24 on perception.
I got a 21, I think.
You got a 30. You got a 24. Langham got what?
I believe it was a 23. I thought it was 21, but it's 23.
Okay. On a 30, I'm going to ask Ephesus.
Yes, sir.
Is there anything specifically that you, when you enter a bar like this, are trying to look for or to notice when you come into places like this?
I'm looking for people that look like they're in a meeting, but it's like a secret meeting.
Okay. That is the easiest thing in the world to do. because there is a table in the far right corner where you see 4 dwarves sitting in here, which immediately is easier for you to recognize as you put together that it seems that the worm shift is about 80% gnomes. So there's way less dwarves in here right now than there are gnomes. You see 4 dwarves sitting in a corner. You see that all 4 of them have blonde hair, beards that are split into 2 even braids. They all are of various length hair, but all the same color and same style of braided beard. They're all like scooted together in hushed conversation. One of them, who's in the middle, his hands are covered in diamond rings. He seems to be the sort of ringleader of the group, as they are all having a discussion in the corner. No, you got a 24?
Yes, I got a 24.
And also you got a 23?
Yes, this is correct.
Okay. So on the 24, is there something you particularly are trying to notice in the bar right now?
Just shady people. Suspicious looking people.
Shady and suspicious don't always go hand in hand. First thing you notice is a couple of guys who
were up to no good.
Who are up to no good. Absolutely. Well, absolutely that. Literally exactly that. You see a handful of dudes who have come in from a very long shift, have had way too much beer too quickly. Like they might have gotten off of shift, logistically speaking, now 15 minutes ago. Some of these guys are 9 beers in 15 minutes. Dang. And they are gambling heavy. And you can already see the signs of guys losing money playing rounds of liar's dice at a table. You can see the signs of what will eventually turn into a brawl where some guy loses.
Some guy loses what?
He loses too much money and tries to get it back violently. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
You see the sign. You're gonna see that's where that table is headed. Some guy is gonna lose too much. Some guy in a drunken state is gonna get pissed. Some guy's going to do something stupid. You can see that sign. Langham, what are you looking for on 23 in a bar?
For my dad.
You see your dad sitting at a table with 2 other guys who you also recognize. One of them's name is Kipper LeGraden. He is another gnome. He has been your family's neighbor for your entire life. The other one kind of surprises you. You see a gnome who's a little bit skinnier than your father and Kipper. The both of them have been working in a mine for a very long time. Surprisingly fit physique from just hard mine work. This guy is a lot skinnier and a little bit taller for gnomes. This guy's name is Stakes Garrison. Stakes does not work as a miner. Stakes somehow you remember that he doesn't live in the refuge, but in a really shady way owns a lot of the houses in the refuge. And he is sitting at the table in a fairly decent discussion with your dad.
Oh, okay.
You can't tell what they're talking about because it's kind of loud in here. You'd have to get a lot.
Okay.
But you can see that it doesn't seem to be like anything nefarious right now. It seems like they're having pretty casual conversation. Your dad, who once again looks just like you but 100 years older, is sipping beer. Kipper is a little bit, just a slight bit chubbier than your dad, but still both have a really good physique. Kipper has like a Fu Manchu, bright, like green, like in a way that only gnomes could have that bright green Fu Manchu, and is sporting like a Mr. T level mohawk.
Whoa.
And then Sax Garrison, bald headed, no facial hair, slim build, wearing a really nice jacket, and is sitting way too straight in what is definitely the closest thing to a dive bar you could.
All right. I'm gonna head to him.
Okay, you're gonna head over to your dad. Do you try to approach quietly so that you can like hear what they're talking about before you get to the table, or do you try to make it very clear that you're in the room?
I'm gonna walk up a little sleep. Not like I'm being weird, but like not I prefer to overhear a little bit.
Okay. Yeah, roll me another perception check. Actually, no. Roll me a stealth check. I'm sorry.
Stealth. Let's get stealthy. Okay. That is oh, I rolled a nat 20.
Yo,
23.
okay. Langham, you've done this so many times in this exact bar when you were young and try not to get caught drinking underage by your dad, where you just
Wow.
vanished into a crowd, dude. You just like disappear. Where you were supposed to be. You were supposed to be at a abjuration class at the community college, but you skipped class with a couple of buddies so that you could go have a drink and didn't pay attention to the time.
I imagine it's like one of the early Assassin's Creed games where like Langham puts up his hood and then he just kind of like blends in with the crowd.
You just become part of the crowd, dude.
Yeah.
And as you get closer to the table, you hear Sax Garrison talking to your dad and Kipper, and he goes, "Gentlemen, just hear me out, okay? You guys own two of the most prestigious properties on the block. And I'm saying that if you guys are willing to enter a business venture with me, you guys sell me the properties. I move you guys into a smaller unit for a two-year period. You get half the revenue that I will get from renting the property you're in. And then in 2 years' time, you could take that revenue and you could move out of the refuge anywhere in the city you want. You want a house up in Mithril Gardens? You could do that." And you see Kipper goes, "My grandfather built that house after having to drag his own brother, who lost the leg in the raising of Nomeka, 200 miles. I'm not selling you a damn thing, Sax." And you see your dad, Leighton, go, okay, fellas, let's calm down. That's very intense, Skipper. That's very intense for 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Okay. Look, Sax, buddy, I'm not going to sell my home. My wife loves my home. My kids love my home. There's just no way. I can sell my house. And you see that Sax continues to try to talk to him. He just keeps pressing the issue.
Okay. I'm gonna walk up to my dad and his buddy Skipper.
Kipper.
Kipper.
With a K.
Sorry.
Kipper.
Yeah, Kipper. I go up to Kipper and my paw and I put my arms on each one of their shoulders and I'm like, "Hey guys, how's it going?"
Let me make a roll for both of them. Okay. You see your dad throws his mug, jumps to his feet, and hugs you the hardest that any father could hug us.
Oh, hi, Pa.
And he is like, "It's my boy. It's my boy. Oh my gosh, Langham. How are you? You look over. Kipper is fully doing his best to like hide his face in his drink as he's weeping because his friend is so happy, and he's trying to be tough. He's trying to be tough in that very gnomish motion that gets him immediately. Like just, and he's like, "Oh yeah, Langham, good to see you, bud."
It's good to see you too, Kipper. Hey, Pa, how are you?
He's like, I'm the best I've ever been now. When'd you get back in town?
Literally just a little while ago. I just got
Well, did you go by the house? Your mom would love to.
Yeah, well, we'll definitely go stop by. I actually have a group of friends that I brought with me. I
Oh
would love,
gosh, you brought guests.
yeah. Well, I mean, if you guys, wouldn't mind, and I mean, if they don't mind meeting
Oh no,
and
I mean,
stuff.
we've got so many extra sleeping rooms right now. This would be like a perfect time.
Oh, well, that's great. I'll definitely talk to my friends and we'll head over there so that you guys can meet them, and then maybe you guys can catch us up on anything in the town, or
Yeah. I
maybe
mean,
help
this
us
is
run stuff.
perfect. Me and your mom just made a trip to Bosco and bought like 20 extra sleeping bags for no reason, and like a
Oh man,
pallet's worth of like ramen noodle that nobody
Dad,
needs.
did Mom know you were gonna go to Bosco?
I well, I mean, she knew I was going out, and I said I might swing by if there was parking, you know?
Yeah, no, I understand,
And the
but it's
thing
okay.
about that is, like, I walk everywhere, so parking actually doesn't matter to me.
Oh, that's very clever, Paul. Well, good.
Yeah, like,
Yeah, I mean,
there's just so many good deals in there, you know? Like,
I mean,
I
yeah,
got a
definitely.
lifetime's worth of toilet paper in Bosco's. I mean,
That's true. I like Bosco. Okay, well, yeah, for sure. We'll go stop by and see you guys. Same place,
yeah,
right?
oh my gosh, I mean, you gotta come by. Your younger brother, LJ, he just recently started his lessons in cutter school. He's become an apprentice gym cutter.
Really?
Yeah. And then your
LJ.
sister, yeah, Leighton Jr.
Yeah.
And then your sister, Louise, um, she's still in school, but she's top of her class. Um,
That's good to
sh
hear.
and we're going through a little bit of a spell where she's saying that she wants to be a bard, and your mom keeps saying that that's not a real career. Um,
But I mean,
uh,
anyway, yeah. Go ahead. Sorry.
yeah, and I keep saying, maybe being a bard like part time is fine, but finding more systems is safer for now.
Especially in this economy.
And that's just all I keep saying, sweetheart. In this economy, I mean, being a bard in this, um, maybe you should do bard stuff on the weekends, and like maybe you should become like a nurse practitioner in the meantime.
Yeah.
That's all. That's all I am saying. No one said you couldn't learn the guitar. Be like, so, going to medical school would also be a good idea.
That is so true. I'm glad to hear that you guys are all doing so well.
Yeah, of course. How have you been? Let me. The last thing, the last letter I got from you, you had gotten your own office at Agbenzor University. That was awesome.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. Well, you know what, Dad? I think we'll just catch up on everything whenever we go and visit you guys later on. I gotta make sure my crew knows what's going on and that we're all good, though. I don't want to
Oh,
surprise everybody.
yeah, of course, of course. I mean, I don't want to pressure you into nothing. It's just so good to see you. But yeah,
It
I
is
mean,
good to see you, Pop.
I gotta head home soon, anyways, before Martha starts losing her mind. So,
Yeah, sounds good. I love you,
plus the
Dad. And I
prices have
love
gone up here a little bit, and I don't much like to hang out here much more. A copper a beer? Back in my day, you got 2 beers a copper, and that's when life was good. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, you know, Dad. In this economy,
And that's why in this economy, I mean, how are we supposed to live like this? I mean,
That's why I still value Bosco so much. This economy, does its thing, but Bosco keeps on giving.
It does. They refuse to raise the price of their hot dogs, and I respect that. All right.
Me too. Me too.
That's a
All right,
company with
Dad, I love
integrity.
you.
I love you too. I love you too, son. It was
I
great
hug
seeing
him.
you. I'll see you at the house later. He gives you a huge hug.
Bye, Paul.
Uh, as you turn to go leave, a hand grabs you on the and then when you turn back to look, Kipper is weeping silently as he holds your shoulder. It's good to
Hey,
see you,
Kipper.
kid.
It was good to see you too, Kipper. I did not hug Kipper.
He hugs you. He gives you one of those like uncle hugs where he hugs you just like the slightest bit too long, and you're worried that he's going through something.
Are you okay, Kipper?
He goes, "Yeah, it's just good to see you. It's just good to see you, man. It's just good to see you." But yeah, let me get back to just chugs a beer as you exit the room.
Can I turn around actually before after my father leaves and Kipper's doing his thing? Can I look over to the guy who was trying to buy their property?
Yes,
And I'm gonna
Sax
tell
Garrett.
him, "Hey, Sax, you leave them alone."
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Roll intimidation, I think.
Nice. Let's see. Okay, 17 total.
17. You see. Hold on. Let me roll a little. Let me roll a little something for Sax real quick. You see, Sax kind of gives you like an up down, like he fully like does the full body scan of looking at you, sits back in his seat a little bit, and he goes, "All right, Lingham. All right. It's good to see you too, I guess. Um, yeah, okay. Gentlemen, it's I'll talk to you guys later." And you see he stays, leaves the table, goes find somewhere else.
Hell yeah.
And I would like you to roll an insight check on yourself, real quick.
Oh, okay. How am I? Let me see. Inside. What the heck? What kind of? There it is. Oh, I have +6 insight. Oh well, even with that, I got a 19.
On a 19, you just told that guy, like, leave them alone. He walked off. And I think this is the first time that, like, Langham has had, and really think that, like, when he last was here, he was a fresh out of college wizard. And now that he's back here, he has watched a city burn, had to defend another city from an attack from demons, and has killed multiple people and been almost killed by multiple people. And that maybe there might be a look in your just a little different than what it was when you were last in this city.
Heck yeah. Heck yeah.
And that guy recognized the look, just didn't know how to face and decided to leave the room.
That's fantastic. Thank you.
Yeah, you can go about your business. What is the rest of you guys doing? Is anybody trying to do anything specific in the bar right now?
I'm just listening.
I'm
to that
drinking, but I'm not
conversation.
getting too crazy.
Reese, this is Iron's End, correct?
Yeah, dude.
So is there like a fighting ring happening here in this bar?
Not in this bar right now, but it's in this city for sure. Like,
Okay. I'm gonna make my way towards one of those. I'm feeling a little like surprised because obviously I was born into slavery underground. So I haven't seen the land of my people.
yeah, dude.
So I'm surprised that there's a billion people around me that look like me. And so I'm kind of just taking in what it is to be in my homeland.
Yeah, dude. It's a lot of dwarves. The dwarves around you are skinned than your Duragar coloring, but dwarves nonetheless. And you don't think you've ever seen this many in one place? You now that you think about it, you're like, I've never seen in one place before.
Yeah.
And it's packed, dude. But the first thing you want to go look for is a fighting ring.
Yeah, I kind of just want to go around and
yeah.
and find a fighting ring because that's what I'm used to.
Yeah, give me a like a survival check with advantage.
One second.
Hey guys, sorry. I was gonna say earlier, if Bandor is like going and not trying to hide it, I would like to go to a fighting arena with Bandor.
Okay, hell yeah. Nate, are you trying to hide it or
No. I'm just like, hey boys, I got
Rudy's
something I
going
want
with
to
him.
do.
Okay. What's the survival check?
1 second, I'm trying to freaking find my my D&D Beyond has signed me out. So 1 second.
Yeah, it's been doing that to
Just
everybody.
queue up my survival.
Everybody's
Yeah,
been
we all had
signed
that
out.
experience today.
Yeah.
Oh, Reese, I got to where Dalinar has his first like vision that you like experienced.
Oh, okay. Hell yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty intense. I was like, holy crap, that was cool.
Fellas, I've been reading One Piece.
Dude, that's the name of the treasure.
No, that you're a legend.
You are a legend, Jonah. That's
I
an investment.
cannot make myself watch it. So you best believe I'm reading it right now.
Yeah,
No,
I've
you're a
read it.
legend.
It's really good. I'm probably a few weeks behind the most like recent stuff right now, but it was an experience. Ethan actually like surpassed me reading it a good bit, and then he fell off. He didn't like it anymore, which I understand.
I
It's a
wouldn't
lot.
say I fell off. I would say
Whoa.
One Piece fell off.
Well,
Where
it's
do you
because
think
you're
it
only
fell
like
off?
500 chapters in.
Huh?
Personally, like
I want-
where do you think it fell off at? Like I'm not disagreeing with you, but I'm like, where do you think the fall off happens?
Well, I got about 600 chapters in of the manga, and I was
Is that like Thriller
wow.
Bark?
It's Fishman
Um,
Island.
Yes,
Oh no,
Fishman.
Fishman. No, you're right. You're right. Fishman Island's tough. Fishman Island's
I would-
incredibly tough.
Well, I was just like everything that has happened has kind of just been a copy and paste. Luffy goes and he's strong, and then he's not strong enough to win. So then he gets stronger, and then he wins, and then he goes to the next spot, and then he's strong, but he's not strong enough to win, and then he gets stronger, and then he's strong enough to win.
Are you talking about Dragon Ball Z?
It's the
You
exact
know-
same thing.
Wait, no, I think you're talking about Naruto.
Early on, I would say One Piece is like good at. Oh, sorry, I know this is derailing the session, but like he is just
okay,
in
we're right
general
on, Nate.
stronger.
I can't get my
than most
freaking account to
people.
sign in. And I'm giving them all the information I know is right.
I agree though, because I think at the beginning of One Piece, like Luffy is just a guy who's kind of naturally strongish, and then he makes his way, and then the magic of him getting his crew together, and then like the lore, and then the hype of an East Lobby where Robin just want to live,
Like,
all
right
that
now-
stuff is super sick.
I feel like
Right now,
I feel
I'm
like
in Little
the,
Garden.
Oh, you're in Little Garden.
Little Garden's
Yeah,
great, dude.
I just met the two warriors from Elbath.
Brogy
Hell
and Dorothy or whatever.
Broggy, Dory and Broggy.
Broggy and Dory, yeah.
Yeah, Broggy and Dory.
for me, it's kind of the thing of it turned in or it became a series where Luffy used like ingenuity to win and just like sometimes just raw straight thugging it out, and then he just got power ups when that wasn't enough, and I'm like I
Yeah,
just kind of
that's
miss
fair.
sometimes where it was a little more,
No, I
when he
do.
had to
I
think a little
do
more.
get that. I do get that entirely because, like, sometimes, like, especially in like Alabasta, where Luffy like just somehow figured out that he could beat
Hey, hey, now,
Crocodile with
hey, now.
water.
I'm not there yet.
Yeah,
Oh, sorry, my bad. I didn't mean to.
You-
to say-
Alabasta's gas.
It would be fine
Oh,
if it was
yeah.
like a million
But-
chapters ahead, but I feel like I'm really close to Alabasta.
well, no, let's
You-
let's be honest, okay? You're on chapter what 100 something.
Yeah.
One Piece has over 1,000 chapters. Do you really think Luffy has like lost?
Reese, you want history check?
No.
Yeah, I know.
No,
A survival
is it-
check with advantage.
Survival. I just
You
signed
know,
on my
is it
phone.
really
It
that
still
much
won't
of a
let me.
spoiler that Luffy wins?
I got an 18, Reese.
You got a
Luffy-
point.
on an
You got a
18.
Luffy
point.
dies chapter 150, and then the rest of it is him in hell.
That's when Gohan takes over.
Okay, Nate, on an 18, like the way a baby sea turtle instinctively runs toward water, Bandor instinctively runs toward the nearest fighting ring and finds it in record time.
Rudy's like,
Uh-huh.
slow down, please.
Thing is, you have to run a neighborhood over. You have to leave Cutter's Row and head into Quarry Town, which, as the name suggests, is where all the stone for all of the buildings here is quarried.
Sure.
As you reach Quarry Town, what you immediately find is in a quarry pit, workers who should be cutting stone into blocks to move it have instead laid the blocks out in a circle, have crawled inside of it, and are taking bets and beating the shit out of one another.
Right.
We
got
need
it,
to get on
sign
this
me in.
Bandor.
I got in, guys. I'm freaking in there. All right, Reese, because I've been in a fighting ring, would I know where the betting is? Like, I can tell
you
the
don't
guy
have
that's
to know. You
getting
see
the
a guy
bets?
being like, place your bets here.
All right, I'm gonna walk
Yeah,
down there
you see
to
this
him.
rough dwarf with an unkept black beard, a skin fade, shirtless, standing on top of a stone, like a cut quarried stone, where he can overlook the ring, yelling, "Place your bets here. We've 10-1 odds. Baristoth versus Grazin."
I'll be like, all right, Rudy, come with me. We're gonna go up to him.
Okay, I'm following.
I'll be like, well, who do we have? Who's got the most
He goes,
bets?
"Who's got the most bets on him?
Yeah.
Guy's got the most bets on him is Baristoth. Baristoth's gonna beat the pants off of Grazin. We all know that.
All right, and when does that fight end? Are they about to do that now?
They haven't started yet. We're placing bets now, and then
All right, I'm gonna take my coat off
okay,
and just start taking my stuff off.
okay, hell yeah.
I'm gonna just hang it to Rudy, and I'm just gonna run, and I'm gonna jump in and land in the middle. Fully, just all I have is my pants and my boots on.
You see, you
And
jump
I'm
into
ready.
the middle. You jump
Hey,
into
I'll
the
look at-
middle. You go ahead. You would look at what?
I look to the guy who is actively making bets, and I say, I'm gonna put 3,000 gold on that guy.
And he goes, "There isn't 3,000 gold in this entire pot. Bring it down." Okay. We're all very poor mine workers or quarry workers. The most money collectively here is like 50 gold, dude. Okay.
Well, we're about to win it all. You know, you're about to be even poorer mine workers.
That's crazy.
He goes,
He just starts making all shit.
He goes-
bing, 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 bing.
he goes, "Fuck you, metal man, but okay." And he goes, "Garrison, you're out. Boris Throth, you're fighting this new guy." Now you see this 1920s strongman dwarf with
Right.
like the handlebar mustache.
Yep.
And the greased hair.
Yep.
Wraps on his knuckles. He crawls into the ring. He's about
I'm sitting right now. I'm sitting crisscross applesauce with my eyes
Hell
closed
yeah.
because I'm a monk.
Rudy?
And so I'm just sitting there.
Rudy, roll me a
Aura check.
perception
Just
check.
kidding.
DC 10.
DC 10 perception check.
Yeah.
I think I had a +5 to perception,
Okay.
which is perfect
Pretty
because I
good.
rolled a 5.
Hell yeah. You absentmindedly hand this guy 50 gold to match the entire pot for the bet because you can't take your eyes off of Bandor right now because it's the first time you've seen him not in full armor, and he is covered head to toe in scars. Just like
Yeah.
every part of him you can see has been scarred to smithereens.
So instead of 3,000, I gave him 3,050.
You gave him 50 because that's the most you could bet.
Word. Well, Okay.
You see that this bar stuff guy gets in, looks at Langham. I'm gonna roll a
At Langham?
straight wisdom check. I mean, looks at Bandor. I'm gonna go straight wisdom check for this guy. Yeah, okay, he got a 4 total, and he goes, "Ha! I got him!" Way too confident.
I'm just gonna stand up, kind of just
I'm gonna roll
loose.
for the crowd real quick. The crowd got an 18. You see this guy goes, I've got him. Nobody cheers. It's dead silent as they all look at just Bandor's scar-covered body.
I'm
Rudy's
just
in the
gonna
stands.
stand up, kind of like that loose bounce, that monks have, that loose
boxer
bounce.
yeah.
And I'm just
The loose
like,
bounce.
are you sure you want to do this?
He goes, look, buddy, I've seen self-inflicted scars before. Some fighters do it to try to be fancy. Step in.
All right.
Put
I'm
him
gonna
up.
Fist bump.
Yeah, you fist bump him.
And I'm
Roll
gonna go.
initiative.
I got a nat 20.
This guy got a 7.
It gives me a
So-
26. So
This guy got a 7.
all right.
Go for it.
All right. I'm gonna use setup jab. Off rip.
Okay, hell yeah. Roll to attack.
I got a 19 plus 8.
Yeah, this guy's AC is 13. So
Okay. Let
he's
me
a
get out
shirtless quarry worker.
my die here. And then let me get out my extra D8. Do the damage. That's an 8. So that's
So that-
16 damage.
And he's out like a light. He had 11 hit points. So you just one punch stomp this motherfucker.
I actually
Look,
two punch him. I
You-
right hook and then uppercut.
You, Rudy, you watch this guy. The first punch knocks the guy out. He's falling, but before he can hit the ground, the upcoming uppercut pushes him up into the air a little bit. He was already unconscious from the first punch, but unfortunately doesn't get a chance to make it to the ground. Second catches him in the jaw. You hear an audible crack as this guy's jaw is both broken and dislocated at the and he hits the quarry floor out.
I'm gonna whistle at Rudy and ask him to send my coin purse down.
Okay. You know the drill. I look at the guy. I say, you know the drill.
The guy, you see the guy who's taking bets is staring, pale, sweat trickling from his forehead. He just hands you all the gold he has in his hand.
Sorry, Bandor, this is for you.
I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna put the 50 coins on that guy's chest and walk out.
And then like prestidigitation fireworks, like let's go. And then we walk
You see
out.
that some guys clap mostly because they're terrified. Other guys are dead silent because they think that guy's dead. Like several
him
of them,
to the
several
hospital.
of them start checking their pulse. Like they're like, "Holy shit!"
I'm just gonna start.
You see one guy
I'm
be
just gonna
like,
go back to.
"Yo,
Rudy can start-
we need a medic!" Like
I'm just gonna start putting my clothes back on.
dead.
Hey,
I'm just gonna start putting my clothes back on and be like, Rudy, you didn't see anything.
Yeah, you're good, man. Hey, man, you're good. I give him one lay on hand to the guy on the ground.
Okay, you see that he comes to. You see that the lay on hands makes his jaw reconnect, and he comes to, and as he opens his eyes, he goes, "Brass, I'm ready." Wait, what? And that's where we'll
Bandor
end
is
our
feeling very
session.
clear-minded now.
Yeah, I'm
That was
sure he
kind of the
fucking-
mental reset. That was
That was
kind of the
very
mental reset for
fucking-
him. It was very
That's-
comfortable and very normal for him.
I think that's where we end our session. I think that's a great spot. right there. Guys, we've made it to Irons Inn.
That's
Damn,
freaking
baby.
Let's
good.
go.
We
I
are
love
officially
fighting
on a
some
whole other continent, fellas.
True.
We're in
We're
Langham's
like on the final
hometown.
leg.
We're
Hello,
travelers,
We are
Langham.
international
finally-
travelers.
Mama,
We are such travelers.
Hello,
Mama,
Langham father.
I'm coming home. R.I.P. Ozzy.
I'm so sick.
Langham
I'm
/
coming.
Oski,
Yes,
how do you
sir.
feel about the state of your home city? I don't know if you were ready for the